Kentucky is justifiably proud of its famous sons, men like Daniel Boone, Abraham Lincoln, and even Muhammad Ali. Others, too, have left their mark on the state, and Mike Leonard went looking for one of them, a mysterious man named Bob.
Look around.
Beautiful country, ain't it?
Beautiful in its diversity, in its history, in its scenery, even in its mystery.
Well, Bob disappeared.
Bob? Who's Bob?
Nobody knows.
Except that one day...
He was gone and never found him.
It happened in rural Kentucky, where there's really no future in plowing under the past. The general store might be gone, but the building still exists. And so do the pictures and the stories to remind the young folks just how this land was settled. First in the late 1700s by a team of surveyors, including a fellow named Bob, who stayed back to look after their creekside camp.
And one evening when the party came back, he was no longer there.
Bob was gone?
He was gone. And they kept asking about him after that, and the response always was, "No Bob."
Which is why they eventually named this place...
Nobob.
Kentucky. There's a Nobob street, a Nobob map, a Nobob sign, yet no sign of Bob.
No Bob.
No?
There is a Bob?
Bob Lawson lives in Nobob.
The one and only...
Bob and Nobob.
Standing there with his wife under the one and only set of trees, shaped like the letter N.
On account of it's Nobob.
What must life be like in these parts?
Couldn't be no better.
In Nobob, no joke.
Just as Bob is a nickname for Robert, Nobob itself once had a nickname. No Robert? No Bobby? No Rob? No. Flathead.
There was a big mill over just a little way here, right here in Nobob, and it blew up. And when it blew up, it mashed one man's head completely flat.
Got Nobob blues and took on let it show. Oh, if you ain't been to Nobob, baby, what I'm talking about.
You know, looking back to that long ago day in the creekside camp, maybe Bob had a premonition. Maybe he had a feeling that things around here were going to get funny.
Maybe he's found another town.
Don't laugh. We did, about an hour and a half to the east of Nobob. And its name?
Bobtown.
This is Bobtown.
Bobtown.
Bobtown, Kentucky?
Bobtown, Kentucky.
Searching for clues as to the origin of that town name, we started asking for the names of the town's people.
Well, David, Billy.
Clinton, Tony, ain't no Bobs.
You don't know how Bobtown got named?
No.
Trying to shed some light on the case, we checked out the abandoned Bobtown General Store, built by the founder of Bobtown, Zella Jenkins' father.
Your father named it Bobtown?
Mm-hmm.
Was your father named Bob?
No, my father's name was Elmer Ellis Bergen.
So why Bob?
Now, Bobtown, I don't know.
Faced with the realization that our Bobtown investigation was going nowhere, we steered the conversation back to Nobob.
Have you ever heard of Nobob?
No, sure ain't.
And in Nobob,
No, I've never heard of Bobtown.
as for the missing Bob of Nobob,
You think he could have gone to Bobtown, huh? Well, you'll have to find that story to know which one is true then. I don't know.
if you don't know, and I don't know, who does know?
I don't know. Oh, if you ain't been to Nobob, baby, what I'm talking about. Hey, man, now.
For today, Mike Leonard, NBC News, searching for Bob in Kentucky.
Got the Nobob blues and
Well, I don't know about you, but I'm bobbed right out. We'll be back in more in a moment on Today after this.